Picture this, you're scrolling on Netflix and find an anime about cats. Looks cute, right? Wrong. This anime is not what you think it is. It's about a cat called Yanni that has a very, very bad addiction to smoking and drugs in general. And it goes about her life, handling drugs and battling the addiction. It shows her sister trying to help her as well as her friends battling their addictions alongside her. But overall, you would think it doesn't look like a bad show. It's a show about serious addictions, and it gives you a new side or a serious look on it that other animes don't usually have. When I heard about the show, I was like, oh, it's a show about addiction and a serious topic. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit like Takobi's Original Sin, if you've ever heard about the show. Great show, by the way. It's about a girl who gets bullied and she ultimately decides to unalive herself. And her friend, which is Takopi, he's an alien from a different world. And when he comes to Earth, he realizes that he needs to help her to not unalive herself. And that's basically the rundown of the story. So I thought the show would kind of be like that. Not entirely, but that's what I thought it was going to be like. Well, boy, was I wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong, the show is humorous, although it treats addiction a bit more serious than other animes. I could see why it's funny. I mean, I laughed at some of the jokes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's funny. I mean, but I feel like there's a lot of weird things about it as well. Like, for example, in the first episode, Yanni pours, I think it was tar juice on her landlord's head, and when he comes up to her apartment to yell at her, he sees her changing. Then he walks out the room due to, let's just say, a problem arising.
Your butt cleaner here. Ah! Come on! Ah!
Crap. Oh, just a little bit of tar juice.
And you, Yanni! Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah?
I
didn't mix up what rent was due again, did I?
Speak back. Just be careful next time. Just be careful next time.
Wait, why is he low-key packing though? After this, the landlord proceeds to go to his apartment and just beat his meat viciously. No lotion, but his stroking is decent enough, not gonna lie. There's also another scene where Yanni is just sharding bricks in her toilet.
Why, God, why?
And as you watch the show, there's a lot of other scenes like that which are just kind of gross and portray the author's fetishes pertaining to, let's just say, farts. Like, I know it's meant to be humorous, but it's a little gross at the same time. What I can say is that the show is pretty realistic and shows how addiction can be detrimental to your life and mental health, unlike other animes that don't take it seriously at all. It's refreshing to see this side of it. And I realized that a lot of animes that try to show addiction, like, for example, a lot of animes that try to show alcohol addiction, they don't show it in a serious light. It's made to be humorous, which I feel like undermines the addiction, and it makes people see the addiction as funny and not like important, when it really is. Addiction is a serious thing that can control your life. So I feel like this show really does a good job at showing you how disgusting it can be and how it can really take control and ruin your life. And alongside that, I would say the show has some decent plot lines as well. It's not a bad show, but some people might say, including me, it's pretty gross. And I've heard that later down the line in the manga, the author starts to add a lot of fetishes and it just becomes like fetish content. And knowing that kind of like put me off from reading it. Not that I was gonna read it, I was just interested, but knowing that the author puts a lot of fetish content in the manga later on, It's not surprising. Who would have thought? Genuinely, who would have thought? I don't have a problem with you watching and enjoying the show. To each their own. All I'm doing is pointing out that there are some gross things in the show that don't need to be in it. I understand from a realism sense, like addiction needs to be portrayed as disgusting or people won't understand how bad it is. I understand that. All I'm saying is we don't need to see Yanni farting on the landlord. We don't need to see that, or we don't need to see her shitting herself. We don't need to see that. Take that out, bro. Those are clearly fetish content. That's fetish content. We don't need to see that. That's all I'm saying. But that's pretty much all I have to say on it. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm gonna make a lot more content like this, so if you've liked it, subscribe, and that's about it. I'll see you in the next one.